Man, Dad told me a joke that had me rolling. It was a joke that he said he was talking to a bunch of pastors one day, and that he wanted to kind of break the ice because these guys, the first time they ever got together, just a bunch of pastors sitting around. Dad wanted to break the ice among them, and he said that there was this evangelistic pastor who travels around and preaches at different churches. And one day, and he went to a church the day prior, and he was started talking to the head pastor, and the head pastor was like, "Hey, I'm gonna preach till 10:30, and then or I'm gonna preach till like 10:15, and you get from 10:15 to 10:45, and then that'll be your timeline." And so this evangelistic pastor's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll get here at 10, and then I'll go up at 10:15, and I'll preach for 30 minutes." So, um, this church service started at 9:30, and pastor starts preaching, and then 10 o'clock rolls around. He still hasn't seen the evangelistic guy. And then 10:15, 10:20 come by. The evangelistic guy still hasn't shown. 10:30 comes around. The pastor sees the evangelistic guy coming through the door in the back of the church, so he tells the band to keep playing mute to start playing music while the guest speaker gets ready to come up. So the pastor runs back there and he talks to the guy. The guy like looks a little disheveled and a little anxious, and he's like, "Pastor, where you been? Like you're late." And the guy said, "Well, I normally bring my bike into town so I can ride around town, and I get around by the train, and I ride around towns on my bike, and my bike's stolen." So the head pastor was like, "Well, I'll tell you what, preach your sermon on the Ten Commandments, and when you get to stealing, you just lay down the law. And then whoever, like, you just stay on it, and whoever stole your bike, maybe they'll feel terrible and they'll bring it back to you." So the evangelistic pastor says, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And he goes up on stage and he starts preaching. He goes through a couple of the commandments and then he sidetracks off and starts preaching about something else. And when they get done with service, the evangelistic pastor comes down and talks to the head pastor. Head pastor's like, he's like, "Hey, I thought you were gonna preach about stealing. Like, what happened? Like, I thought I told you to lay down the law when it comes to stealing. Somebody bring your bike back." And the evangelistic pastor says, "Well, I thought about it, and I was doing my thing, and I was preaching. I was gonna lay down that law, but then I got to the sin of adultery, and then I remember where my bike was."
I get it. I get it. Hey, Tony, I got a knock knock joke, but I need you to start me off.
Okay, knock knock.
Who's there?
Huh?
Who's there?
I don't know.
That's it. You're supposed. It's just to make somebody feel awkward. Put them on the spot.
You know
Oh,
he doesn't ever feel awkward about anything ever.
okay. Knock knock.
Who's there? I feel like that one backfired on you a little bit.
Oh, one.
All right, so
Hey, so that bag of flaming dog poop is still on fire.
oh yeah,
Yep. And somebody knocked and ditched it in the porch.
cool.
Oh my gosh, where is
Hey,
Brandon? Like,
Tony, knock
we're gonna
knock.
go ahead and just start without him.
Uh,
Um, Nah, we're gonna go ahead and start.
Hey, I got one
Brandon's
more.
late again.
I got one
Well,
more.
okay,
Knock
who's
knock.
there? Who's there?
Yodelahi.
Who?
Yodelahi.
Yod. Yeah, he who.
Where are you yodeling? Anyway, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and just start without him.
All right. So, well, I already kind of gave y'all the brief recap. What's going on? Today is actually y'all's. So,
That's intimidating.
Nope. I'm gonna start this right off with talking to Irina and Ismark and Ivan.
Let me see if I can find that document that had where I need to go for my fucking amulet. I saved it in a document. Let's see.
I intend to head up to the Abbot at Kresik, I think is what it's called.
the Abbey.
Yeah, the Abbey. So yeah, I'm gonna try to have a little powwow with Ismark, Ivan, and Irina. Are they all in the same room?
They're still in
Okay.
the cathedral.
I'm gonna start with directly to Ismark, and kind of take him aside, put my hand on his shoulder, and say, "Listen, Ismark, it's pretty obvious that Strahd wants Irina. We need to get her out of here. We need to get her up to the Abbey at Kresik. That is the place where she'll be. You think she'll be safe, right?"
Who are you asking? Ismark?
Ismark, yeah.
Yes, I agree. That is what Father Donevich said. We should definitely go to the Kresik. I have been gathering some supplies up in our room at the inn. I am ready to go whenever you all are.
All right.
Would you happen to know where I could find an Argen Vostholt?
I am sorry, I do not know as much of the lore. Maybe some local townspeople would know more. But I do not know, geography was not my strong suit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was under the impression. I'm saying this to you, Tony, out of character. I was under the impression that Argen Vostholt was a person.
No, it's a place.
You can ask your
Isn't that?
teammates.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying you can ask your teammates.
So I have the map, and my character is good with directions. Isn't Argen Vostholt the castle that's south of Valaki? Like it's south and a little bit to the east.
Hey guys.
Yes, Argynvostholt is to the
Oh.
southeast.
Yeah, it follows like if we follow right next to the what is it that the Luna River? I think that takes us directly to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which map are you looking at?
It's a map that you linked me. It just says Barovia player map -02. I don't know if
Yeah, I
it's-
have that one too.
Yeah.
Is it on is it here in on your thing? Like did I map it, link it to you in the game?
No,
Yeah, you
like
did.
Like in Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah,
on
Fantasy Ground.
Discord. I have one on Discord. You sent it to me on Discord, and I saved it as a bookmark, so I wouldn't have to keep asking you for it. So that's the one I'm using because my character I know has like proficiency or whatever. What is it? Skills. No,
'Cause
abilities.
I thought
in-
Barovia
it shared
the
player
map.
My character is
So-
Wander, so I can recall general layout of terrain, settlements, and stuff like that. I have excellent memory.
Okay. So it's called, here's this one. I would recommend that when you open it, you grab that little dragon symbol on the top left and drop it down to your quick slot bar down at the bottom.
Wait, quick slot bar?
Down at
Yeah,
the
you
bottom,
have a
where it's
thing that
number
says
1 through
1,
12.
2. Yeah. You can drag that dragon thing, drop it down there, and you can pull it up at any time.
Oh, I didn't even know what those were. So I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you can also hold like control to change your quick slot, shift to change your quick slot, and then alt. And then you have alt shift, alt control, control alt shift. So you got a bunch of different ones.
All right, I'm trying to use my left hand to use the mouse, and it's fucking obnoxious.
Sorry, the thing that I was doing was backslash scale
Hold
UI
on,
to
stop.
change my size.
Stop, please. Why are you guys so loud?
Well,
Me?
I just got a new mic.
Yeah, oh my god, I had to turn you all the
And
way down
his-
to 50.
His
Go ahead and say
volume's
something.
fine for me.
Go ahead and say
Yeah.
something, Brennan.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my god, dude. I did rip
Like-
the headset off my head.
I can hear him. I can hear him clearly. I mean, he's definitely not quiet, but to me, it's not intolerable.
Yeah, I got a HyperX mic, so I got a brand new mic. It's not the Snowball anymore.
See, I like the HyperX. I like it.
That's why that's why I got it, because it's a good quality mic and it's a dynamic mic.
Good quality for the price. For the price
Right.
point, it's
Everyone
pretty
buying
good.
It's $150 and it's freaking like it does everything I needed to do.
Oh, did you get the wireless one?
No.
My headset was like
I got
40
the
bucks.
no, mine's 150. I got the newest updated one.
See, what's funny is I'm not even using a headset. I'm using a Yeti Blue thing and then speakers.
Well, no. My HyperX is just the mic. It's not my headset. It's just the mic.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not even using a headset. I'm using speakers and a Yeti Blue.
Yeah.
Like a Yeti speaker thing or that you're talking to.
Yeti Snowball?
You got the what is it? The cast something? Is it the
The Quadcast? Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
got.
Did you get the big one or the small one?
The big one.
The big one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got because I'm doing streaming and stuff now, so I needed a dynamic mic that wouldn't pick up. Because, like, me and Dwar can now me and Kit can be in the same room now, and she doesn't get picked up on my mic as bad.
I hear her a little bit in the background sometimes, but
But it's not as bad as the Snowball.
It's well, you can change the settings inside of your Snowball. Like you can
Yeah.
change the dynamic settings inside of it. You just open up the app.
Yeah, but this all I have to do is turn a knob.
All right,
Anyway.
what are we doing?
Yep. It's up to y'all. You were just talking to each other about the map. Y'all were talking about the map with each other.
I personally
he was
wanted to
that.
find Argon Vostholt. That's my next goal because I feel
Alright,
like this
so-
amulet is going to be a big help.
See, that's in the opposite direction. I want to get.
Do you see it on the
That's-
map?
That's
Yeah.
Argynvost Holt.
Yeah.
I'm looking
wanna
at the
get
map.
I want to get her up to the Abbey at Kresik before we go after anything else dangerous where we might run into. Because if we run into Strahd again, we're not going to have a church to run into. So I want
look,
to get her up there.
this is Kresik. It's in the middle of a mountain. The Abbey is up here. It's at the top of a mountain. So it's one mountain. Kresik is 3/4 into a mountain, and then the Abbey is at the top of the mountain.
So why
what's-
don't we go to Kresik and then go up to the Abbey?
This
Go
is
to
this is the Wizard's Tower that y'all were told about by the Mardikovs.
Okay.
So, I
then
mean,
this this is what we need to do. We need to bounce to the Wizard's Tower, follow the path to Kresik, and then go from Kresik up to the Abbey. Make the 3 stops. It may take us 3 days, but at least that way we get to everything we need to get to.
Well, not everything, but knock out majority, yes.
Right. We knock out majority of things in 3, because the path leads from place to place to place. I'm not stupid with a map either.
I'm open to hitting that tower on the way to Kresik. I do not want to hit Argon Vostholt until we get.
I don't even know
Arena.
where Argon Vostholt is on this map.
It's south. It's south. It's in the opposite
Dude.
direction.
I just pointed it out.
Yeah, he
I
put
think
it
it's
there.
this right here.
This
Yep.
is Argynvost Holt.
Okay, yeah, it's not labeled. Like, there's nowhere around it that says
Yeah,
Argon Vostholt.
Yeah, tell you what it is.
Yeah, that's because this is the player's map, not the DM's map.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Let us go to the tower, and then we can go to Kresik, and then we can go to the last place, and then when we're done with all that, then we can make our way down to the Argynvost.
Agreed.
And then the place I needed to go was the where was it, Tony, again? It was down here somewhere, right?
What?
Hold up. For the tower that I was to hold great power or whatnot. I was told I needed to go to. It was down here somewhere,
it say?
right? Or,
What are you talking
hold
about?
on, let me read. I think I have it in my notes.
Are you talking about what? From which one?
From when you texted me, DM'd me on.
So you had all of y'all got a message from Madame Ava on where to go for certain things. So you all have certain messages from Madame Ava. I hope y'all remembered that. And then you also have a DM from me.
It was in the south. There is a true power. Find the temple of Amber. It houses great evil and the power of whom rules over all.
He who rules over all.
He who rules over all. Where was that? I know you said it was somewhere. I guess
I didn't say
west.
where it was. I
You
didn't
did
tell you
not.
anything. I would
Somebody
appreciate
told me
it if y'all
something.
didn't draw on my map
Somebody.
as well.
I
Somebody
was
told me
labeling it.
something.
I put an A next to. Well, it kind of looks like an A.
I think it was somewhere down in here. It was to the south. Anyways, if once we go to there, that vault where where Jace needs to go, we can also try to find that tower too. All right, let's start heading to the wizard tower, I guess.
Is that where y'all want to go?
I assume so. Is there any way I can cancel my thing for tonight at that kid's place? Because I'm not obviously going to be able to make it.
You want to just not
And-
show up?
I don't feel like not showing up is an option.
It's up to you. If you leave city, you leave the city.
Yeah, but I kind of on the way out handed a note to the guard, said I had important things to do throughout, and to ask him to give it to the I think isn't it called the Baron or the who's the higher hierarchy
Victor
of the.
Volakovich.
I asked him to hand that to Victor Volakovich for me. Sorry, I can't attend the lesson, but I have important matters to attend to.
Okay. So y'all are just heading straight out to the tower. Like first thing in the morning, just heading straight to the tower.
So Tony,
Yes.
you sent us all DMs about Madame Ava stuff, right?
I didn't get a DM.
It was not a DM. It was a DM, but it was in the group chat. You just scroll up.
Oh,
I can pin it if you would like. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll pin it. There, I pinned it. So if you just hit pinned messages at the top, you'll see it. But from the things that Madame Ava talked to y'all about personally, that's on y'all. Like, Raytheon, what was yours?
Let's see.
The thing you saw in her crystal ball when it was only you in the tent.
So you sent me what everyone had. I have to go back through and find what mine was. Was it?
because I don't remember what my card was.
Was my card the beast?
Mm-hmm.
I
What-
see a large throne turned backwards, sitting upon a dais. A grand hall awaits an audience for the final battle to be had.
No, not the beast. No.
Okay. I
That
remember
was
you telling me that my fate.
that's
lies
different.
elsewhere.
That's yeah. So you each went and offered tribute to Madame Ava for a personal reading. You each got something. Plume was told and shown images of
Sorry.
the entertainer. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. He was shown
Tuvio.
Yeah, Rick Tavio. He was shown pictures of him, and he said, you know, basically information that you seek, you'll find it with this man.
Did we want to see if we could find him before we left?
I definitely want to find Octavio. I need to ask him questions.
Yeah, I said we
then
looked for him on our way out of town.
Jace saw images of a particular werewolf ripping his townsfolk apart. And
I
then
think
he
I
also saw
saw-
that werewolf walking away out of his town and into smoke fog, and was told that his past is here to haunt him. Arrow,
Saw a demon in that tower that I was supposed to go see, go to,
you
and
saw
revenge was going to be mine.
the demon that you thought you killed in your classroom. As you were leaving out, you saw the after image of you leaving the classroom and the demon falling into a portal and landed on the same landscape in the woods that you found here. And Rhaegar saw an image of a very familiar dragon with its flesh falling off the bone, flying through a very cloudy night sky, with a ominous castle in the background that looks familiar. So those were your visions. Now it's not word for word, because I kind of winged it. I didn't write it all down. I just wrote down like highlights of what y'all would see, but most of the wording was winged. So, and without somebody uploading the videos, I have no idea what I word said verbatim. Gavin.
I'll start
But,
the uploads now for what's left. That way I can delete them off my computer because they take a lot of space.
What's that?
Your
said
face takes a lot of space.
I said
Yeah.
I'll start the upload now.
Oh. Yeah, so
But it's up to you to name the videos, by the way, Tony. I don't know what to call them. I'm just uploading them.
yeah, I'll text it to you whenever I start listening to them.
Okay.
All right. So, is there anything else y'all would like to do, or y'all want to just gather the whole party? Y'all want to gather some of the party? Like,
I think we
I
should
would
split the
like to
party
have-
and everybody go a different direction. That's always a good idea.
okay. Now, for real though, is there anything left in town that y'all want to do? Is there
I'm trying to
anybody-
find Rictavio.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
I'll go ahead and send up my owl to search the town for that.
Okay, make
To
one.
bring him out
Make a
talking.
perception check with advantage.
Motherfucker. I don't see
Oh.
shit.
So,
Probably that's a +2 for that guy.
yeah, Plume, you end up don't finding anything really upon investigation. You go back, you don't find his caravan where it was the day before. Arrow, you also do not see anything. The ground is covered in mud. You don't even see tire tracks leaving the area. You see that Jimbo's stall has been completely packed up and left. Looks like there's a lot of city guards just cleaning up the streets, just bodies being hauled just to the outskirts of the city. Thrown in one of the local ditches, just bodies just being thrown in a ditch.
Seriously?
Yeah, but you really don't see anything else.
Okay.
Why is it always on your nights I roll like shit?
Not my fault.
It's the
I
curse of Strahd.
Every time I play on Wednesday nights, I roll like absolute trash.
Hey, that's good when he decides to become a DM on Wednesday nights.
No, just on
That's
Tony's
good.
game.
Oh, okay.
It's just
So-
gonna be Tony's game.
So, yeah. What now? Y'all leaving?
I would say
Yeah.
so. We didn't see any sign of Rictavio.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna ask around and see if anybody has seen him.
You wanna? There isn't really. So between the inn and the gate, there isn't really people wandering around. But you can ask the gate guards. They're pretty much the only people that you've seen.
Yeah, I'll ask the gate guards. I mean, anybody around, like guards. I don't care who it is. I'm asking people.
What are you saying to them? Like, what is it you want to say?
Have you seen Rictavio anywhere? I needed to ask him a couple of questions before he departed.
So one of the guards scoffs at you and then just points out of town to the west.
So he left town.
He turns his back to you.
You rude
All right,
motherfucker.
so this is my rolls for Kyrie.
Rude boy.
Where?
I
You need to
feel like
learn
the
some
answer-
manners. Your mama didn't fucking teach you none, did she?
I feel like the answer was pretty definitive. He left the town and went that way.
Yeah, now he's just pissed off for the freaking guard.
All right. Well, let's be on our way then. We'll eventually catch up to him or run into him.
Yeah, I guess. Let's go.
All right, I
What if
clicked that button.
Rictavio is the potential ally that's at the tower at the Baratok pool.
I don't think that's it. I think
what
it's
are we
the.
doing?
Would y'all like me?
Huh?
All right.
Would you
I
like
clicked
me to
that.
scout ahead before y'all come wandering down?
I would say not to get too far ahead. Like, be in shouting distance so you don't get into trouble.
So I'm gonna
That way.
run ahead enough to where they could hear me if I shouted.
Like, enough we
Okay.
could get there in one turn. Like, 50 feet or 60 feet means that in one turn dashing I could get there.
Okay. So I've already done all my pre-rolls for the day. I've been working on this for a minute, but I've already done my pre-rolls, and y'all actually don't. Nothing encumbers you. So as you leave the city, you cross over one of the rivers, and over the bridge, the Lunar River, and you see a signpost. One sign is on the ground, covered in mud. Looks like the wording on it has been rubbed away from and long and forgotten. Another sign points to the north, and it says "cut through." And then underneath it, it has it look like where somebody scratched into it, and it looks like somebody scratched in "danger." The word "danger." The path leading to the north looks like it has not been traveled, but you do see a more like a fresher pair of wagon wheels. Where the path to the west is one that y'all know going to the Wizards of Winery. And there's even a sign that says Wizards of Winery.
But we're trying to go towards the Baratok
Yeah, but
pool,
that
so
the route that
We could
goes
go
to the
west.
winery can get us to the thing, or we can cut. You do the shortcut that's apparently dangerous, and it'll take it. I think it'll take us a lot less longer.
Yeah, so we could go like west, like go south, west, and then north, or we could take a shortcut that is going to be like half the time. That's pretty much straight north and west. But it
good.
yeah,
Let's.
said more dangerous.
I say we go the danger route.
The map is a little misleading. This path right here is actually a lot shorter. So
Okay,
the
I
path
say
is
we take a
misleading.
shorter path.
Oh,
So
that's on me.
Yeah, we're taking the short path.
I feel like
Okay.
we just need to be able to get to Kresik, and then we could take a rest there if we need to.
So with the recent rainfalls, you do find your movement slowed, but y'all aren't on horses or wagons, so it's not slowed too much. But the mud does go about up to your knees for most of the morning.
More
Eventually,
difficult terrain.
yeah, for most of the morning, it does slow down your movement. It takes you a little bit longer than you would think. Um, you finally get to a point where there is this large clearing in front of you. And so let me
Prestidigitation.
yeah. Oh man, where is it? Why did I not have this pulled up? Sorry guys, the only thing I didn't have pulled up was my description of this place.
It's all good.
Yeah, here we go. You come in the backdrop is a you come to a cloud mountain like enclosed by misty woods and a rocky bluff. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters, and the trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower sits 60 to 70 feet tall. The tower is old and decrepit, with a collapsing scaffold clinging to one side where there is a large gash has split into the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, with their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop the buttress that support the walls.
Is this the same tower of the Mad Mage?
I don't think did the Mad Mage have a tower? He was just like by the Lake Zarovich. This is by the Baratok pool.
Oh, okay.
I say we go check it out.
Agreed.
Yep.
To the tower.
Do we hold on? Do we do this stealthily, guys? Do we try to do this stealthily?
I mean, you could let me go check it out, and I can report back.
Where did Lehman study?
Wait, we're not at the tower yet, are we?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was saying that out of character. That was fast. Okay.
What? I know I have that stuff.
I mean,
I can go check it out, and then I will report back.
I think we can just go all in together. I think we're better off just going in together and, present to them together, talk to them together, rather than sending in someone that he might feel like might be an assassin or something like that sneaking in. Or just knock on the front door.
You know what? That might be not so much more suspicious. I send my owl up there at kind of like towel height, and he flies around a little bit.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Just anything to report back, anything out of the ordinary. If is it just a regular tower?
Can I use a nature or perception check to see if the cart tracks end right here at this tower?
They do, and then they continue on south.
All right.
Would you like me to
see if we can find
sorry.
anyone home?
roll up with the advantage perception check?
Yeah. I mean, what are you looking for, though? Just tell me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you what you see.
Okay, well, I was just looking for anything out of the ordinary. Are there any windows? Like, can I peek through any of these things? Is there anything I can see in the tower?
Yes, there is all of those things.
Okay. What do I?
On the first couple floors, there is no windows to go into. But when you get to the hold on, let me see. When you get to the fifth floor, there is a hole in the wall. It looks like a little all the way up to about right here. There's like these little slits where it look, like the old castles had like arrow slits where you can see through. Looking through those, your owl can't really see anything, but there is a large hole in the wall on the fifth floor that your owl can just fly right into.
Sure.
So
yeah.
You see dozens of books scattered across the floor. Looks like a couple candles that have been burnt, and there's wax all over the floors. You see a well-polished bust of a well-groomed middle-aged man, just sitting in a like a little alcove in the wall. He's got like one of those fancy twirly mustache with a goatee and his hair slicked back. He looks very like pristine. And that's about all you see in this on this floor. And then you see like a ladder that goes up to the next floor.
Okay.
Or not a ladder. It looks like a there's like a shaft with a rope that goes up through the middle of the shaft. It's like a big square shaft.
Gotcha. So, and that's the only thing I see on this floor. Is there any other floors I can access or get to?
You can fly up to the top of the tower.
Sure. What do I see up there?
So at the top of the tower, when you fly out of this room and you fly up to the top, you can actually see that it kind of similar to a lighthouse for the top of this tower. Inside, you see like a bedroll, a couple crates. Looks like there was a plate with like some half-eaten food on it. Maybe like you see a small pot with like a little burner underneath it. Looks like somebody's been living in here.
Okay. Hey, so question. While I'm doing this, my owl, is there any way I can sit down and ritual cast a detect magic? No, I couldn't do that.
You can't cast a spell while you're also looking through your owl's eyes.
No, I'm not I'm ritual cast. Like I'm
Yeah, you
okay.
cannot cast a
Yeah, the
spell while
ritual
you're
cast,
looking through
okay.
your owl's eyes.
Can he
All
stop
right.
looking through the owl, ritual cast detect magic, and then go back to looking through the owl's eyes?
Well, if
Detect-
our ritual,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
stop looking through the owl's eyes and then go do ritual magic, but you can't do
Yeah.
both at the same time. So if you are
I got
willing
you.
to sit there and wait 10, 20 minutes for him to scope around with his owl and then do another 11 minute ritual cast, that's 30 minutes for y'all.
How about
We
while
don't-
I'm doing that, I go knock on the front door.
Yeah, I'm just going up to the door.
Right, so
I
y'all
mean-
going to approach the door?
Yeah,
I
even with
didn't
his
tell him
even with
what
his
I do
owl
with the
going,
owl.
if he said
So-
if he said that everything looked okay, I'm
You
going.
approach the door and you see this symbol that I just pinged in chat is on the front door. You see that the door there is recently it looks like to be some type of, I want to say scorch marks, but it's not soot on the door. And it's not on the door, it's like on the ground where it looks like a bunch of grass was burnt coming from the door out.
So I noticed this as well.
I'm climbing the building.
Okay.
I'm not
Do you-
going to knock on the front door because I don't feel like getting fireballed by some sort of warding spell. If I do, would I know what about warding magic or anything? I don't know,
Sure.
maybe I should just go knock on the door.
Okay. All right. I go up to the door. What do I know? Can I use an Arcana check to see what this is?
Do you have detect magic going?
I do not. Well, if I had 10 minutes, sure. If I didn't, no.
Yeah, no, I'm climbing the building and going through the hole that he described.
If
Well,
you
there's-
start casting detect magic, we're going to walk up to the door. So if you want to abandon casting detect magic and come up and see if you can tell me
I'm
what
just
the
gonna.
symbols
I'm
are.
gonna keep trying to ritual cast detect magic. I'm gonna keep doing that.
Okay. So, okay, let's do one thing at a time. So, who's climbing up the scaffolding?
I'm climbing the building.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw. That wouldn't be an acrobatics.
No. It says right here to make anyone trying to climb the building or trying to use the scaffolding to reach the top of the building into the hole must make a dexterity saving throw.
Fuck.
Oh, jeez.
So, as you are trying to climb the building, are you using the scaffolding or just trying to climb? Because
I'm
the
just-
scaffolding leads up to the hole in the wall and it surrounds the hole.
All right, then I use the scaffolding. I mean, it's just
Okay.
whatever. I mean, either way, I'm getting up the top of the building. Like I'm a cat. Come on now.
So
You're a cat that rolled a 4.
I know.
this is what it says. It says that on a failure, the entirety of the scaffolding collapses. Anyone standing on the scaffolding or underneath falls 20 feet to the ground, taking 1d6 bludgeoning damage per 10 feet, plus 2d6 damage, piercing damage from debris. So that's 4d6 damage. 2 is going to be bludgeoning. 4 is going to be piercing.
But
How far
has
could he get up?
a slow fall, though.
So
if he can use his reaction.
yeah, well, no, slow fall is automatic.
Yeah, I don't take falling damage.
You don't take falling damage up to a certain threshold, if I believe, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think
60 feet, right?
Yeah.
It's like anything within 60 feet, you don't take the falling damage.
damage.
Correct.
Okay, so my first 2 were 6 and 2. My next 2 was 1 and 1, so you only take 2 points of damage for the scaffolding falling on you. And now the scaffolding is collapsed. So who is the next person? Was it Rhaegar or Arrow?
And I mean, if my detect magic goes off, cool. I don't know if
Okay,
Rhaegar's
so let's let Rhaegar go first, and then Arrow, since you're doing that. So Rhaegar, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna knock on the door and probably get fireballed.
Okay.
Or if you waited a second.
I mean, if you wanna tell me about the symbols before I go knock on the door, I'm fine with that.
yeah. I mean,
Okay. Who else went with Rhaegar up to the front door?
I'm ritual casting.
Jace, where are you?
I guess I'll go with Rhaegar to the door.
Okay, can both of you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, okay. Yep,
Alright.
sounds about right. Did you hear about the
Chase,
scorch
you know what
marks?
the
I'm just
symbols are? Can you say
curious.
symbols?
Paul.
Hey, so I'm trying to figure out how to do something. One of the videos or one of the recordings that I had for one of your old sessions, I forgot to finish the recording on it for a while. So it's like a 10-hour video, and I'm trying to just trim it down to the important stuff. But
It only went on for 3 hours.
I know that, but the recording went for 10. I didn't finish. I forgot to click to finish the recording, so I need to trim it down to about 3 hours from
Yeah.
10 hours, and I don't know
just
how to
cut
do
it.
that. I know. How do you do
You
that?
need to use a video editing software like DaVinci, which is free.
What's the one that I use? The one that I use is Jeez, I just used
Use
it.
DaVinci. It's free.
Yeah,
Okay.
DaVinci's free, and the one that I use is free as well. Wondershare. I use Wondershare. It's also free.
Yeah,
DaVinci
DaVinci has a
Resolve?
lot of shit to it. Yep,
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve and Wondershare both have like the same features. They're both free. It's just personal preference, one way or another. Don't use GIMP. Do not use GIMP.
Yeah, GIMP sucks.
GIMP is for like those hardcore Photoshop people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's way too complicated.
I'm trying to do it in Clipchamp, but there's no way to just save the version of the video with that.
Yep. All right. Anyways, so Rhaegar and Jace, you both succeed as a spectral form of a blue dragon appears from the door and shoots like this lightning bolt straight out from the door. And anyone within 10 feet of the door takes 23 points of damage, but you both succeed. So y'all take 11 points of damage, lightning damage.
Okay.
I had
And
5 temporary health.
so
there's that
I
just-
will say you
I don't see it.
you can move or you can stay there
I don't.
because it's still shooting this lightning
Oh well,
bolt
yeah,
out.
I'm getting
I-
It's
the
like a
fuck out.
flamethrower.
a lightning bolt.
Okay. How long does it take to use your ritual arrow?
It's the casting time plus I think a minute, or no, 10 minutes plus the casting time.
So okay.
Let's see.
So
Detect.
as y'all
I
notice
think it's only
Arrow doing his ritual, the entirety of his ritual, this dragon is breathing lightning. And then it stops.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to get in the building again.
Okay. Make another dexterity saving throw. Seven. Well, since you failed again, more debris falls. You claw into the side of a building, and as you claw into part of the stone, just a whole brick falls out. And as a brick falls out, you lose your grip and go falling back to the ground. So, Jace, Arrow, Rhaegar. Arrow, your spell finishes. The door appears to be magical, and it is definitely conjuration magic.
Oh. Alright. So there's no other openings around this, just this door. That's the only thing.
That and the hole in the side of the wall.
That and the hole.
I promise I want the door.
Continuously trying to climb again.
Fuck. How high is the hole?
Can I
40
try to
feet.
climb?
40 feet?
Oh, it's
40
40 feet? Oh, you know what? Fuck this.
Wait, does he even have to try to climb though? Because he has a climbing speed.
Of 40 feet.
Your climb speed is 20 feet.
Are you sure about that? Because I think my climb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 20 feet.
Because your climbing speed is related to your race, not your class.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm going to do then.
Okay.
Rhaegar, can you give me a lift? Throw me up as high as you can.
I mean, I can like put my
Then-
hands down so he can step into my hand, and I can give him a boost up. That would probably be equivalent to like my
Is
height.
there a shadow around this building?
No. There is
Rhaegar,
not.
stand in front of me.
There is no sunlight to cast shadows. It's just dim light all the time.
So with my height and Rhaegar's height, could we say I was above 10 feet? So the window in the hole is only 30 feet.
Sure.
Okay, I misty step up to the hole. And in the hole. Like
Okay.
in the hole.
All right. So
A
you
shadow
are
step.
up. Okay. So both of you are up top in the hole. Rhaegar and Jace are down below.
I go down to the door.
So you will notice in this room, same thing Arrow explained, there is no staircase. There is a square shaft that runs all the way up and down the tower.
Okay, I'm gonna slide down the rope. Because you said there was
You
a
can-
rope, right?
Yeah, there's a rope that goes down. So when you get down to the bottom, you actually land on an iron cage. You land on top of an iron cage.
Okay, what's in the cage?
Nothing.
Cool.
There's a lever inside of the cage.
Cool. I'm going to.
There is no way possible for you to get inside of this cage physically. Like you can't, like it's just like literally think about like
how tall is the
rebars.
cage?
About 6 feet. No, the cage is about 8 feet tall.
About 8 feet tall.
Yeah. And
So
it's-
where's the
it's
lever at?
almost- It's inside of the cage.
Okay, I know, but how far from the top of the cage or the side of the cage? I want to know from the side of the cage to the lever and the top of the cage to the lever. What's the distance?
I don't know, probably 4 feet, half of it. It's like
Cool. I'm gonna freaking put my tail through, wrap around, and pull it.
your tail is not strong enough for that.
Okay.
Think of it, it's like
light a torch.
so I say
and-
lever. Think of it like a stick shift, right?
Okay.
Where it's like it's tilted one way and it looks like you would push it over the other side.
All right. So give me a second. I'll tell you. Give me a second.
Jace, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
No, I was
Jace.
asking. Honestly,
Okay.
I don't. What are we here for again?
So I was trying for like a year.
Ismark and Irina both shrug at the same time. Ivan kicks a rock.
I don't
across
say
the
that
water.
in character.
That's what they do. They read your mind when you turn back to look at them.
Can I throw a dagger with enough force to move the lever?
We're here
No.
because Bartikov said that there may be a potential ally here in this tower. The assassin who tried to kill Strahd. Or that they think that the person who tried to kill Strahd is
So, all right. So, I want to know what Jason Rhaegar are doing.
I mean, I guess if I don't hear from them for a couple minutes, like if they don't come and open up the front door, then I'm going to try to climb as well.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. And Jace, what are you doing?
What
You want
about-
to look at the door?
What's the objective?
To talk to the guy inside. The man.
You brought that up, actually.
Okay. Describe the scene to me.
Dude.
I don't know
Giant
what
ass
else to
tower.
tell you, man.
All right,
Like you're at a
giant-
tower.
Yeah, a giant ass tower. Scaffolding going across.
Jace, hold on. Jace, why don't you make an Arcana check for me?
Okay. I will do
Dexterity
so. Oh my god, everything is running slow. Working on it. Hey, Tony, why don't you make that Arcana check for me?
Yeah.
pluses because I could probably make it.
You rolled a 19.
His pluses are pretty high, I think. He's got to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 19.
Go with my. Mine's a +7. You gotta go with my pluses.
So I just sent you a DM, but there's something about the door that looks awfully familiar. Your time spent with your parents being somewhat entertainers. Your father had some similar diagrams for certain things. There's a familiarity to the symbol.
Can I try to talk to the
Open
person,
up.
the old man that's
Wh-
inside?
What image?
There is
sorry.
a metal bust. You want to approach the metal bust and talk to it.
What image do I need to
Metal
zoom into?
bust?
It's in Discord. I sent it in the group chat. In the group chat, there's an image that I posted.
Oh, I see the image.
Yeah, just open it up and then zoom into it.
Do I need to? It looks pretty clear.
I would recommend that you zoom into it.
It won't let me. I opened it up and it won't let me.
So if you click so when you click on the image, there's a open in browser.
Yeah,
you can click on that.
I did. And having it open in the browser, it won't let me zoom.
It won't let you zoom with your touchpad.
No. Or my scroll wheel or anything.
How far zoom does he need to be into it?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm gonna take a picture of my phone and I'll send it to you in a text.
That's what I was gonna do too, but I don't know how far because I'm zoomed in a little bit, not much.
Excuse me.
Gavin, I'm gonna send this to you over Facebook. You got your phone?
Yeah, I do.
All right, Regard, go ahead and make your. Oh, is that your dex? That's a dexterity check. You need a dexterity saving throw. Well, no, that's a 19. That's pretty. I mean, that's a dexterity check. That's just your dexterity plus.
yeah, it's the
no,
same
that
thing.
is-
It would literally
yeah.
be 21 either way because I have a
Okay,
plus.
Yeah. Okay.
I see the
save.
symbol. I mean,
Yeah.
in the same clarity that I was seeing.
Look-
I don't know what it means.
Look at the outside symbols.
Looks like stick figures dancing.
So that's it. That's what your dad had. But Regard, you have shown up both of your teammates. Your not so physically adept teammate and your stealthy feline teammate. And you climb up with no problem. And you see everything I said before. There's scattered books all over the floor, some crates. There is a alcove with a little metal bust of a man
Mm-hmm.
inside there. He looks pretty regal, pretty nice, clean cut.
Do we recognize the little bust of the man?
You do not.
I've never seen him before.
No.
No. Okay.
So, is there anything magical that I see around this room with the detect magic?
Oh yes, I forgot. The bust is magical. Yes.
The bust is magical. Okay, yeah, I want to inspect the bust. I just want to look at it, see what
Yeah,
what school of magic
definitely.
is
How close do you get?
it? Depending on what school of magic it is.
Ooh. Enchantment.
Yeah, I don't get that close to it. I'm gonna be honest. Enchantment. That could be a nasty enchantment. That's more of a
Enchantment.
yeah. That's more of a stand back and mage hand kind of thing.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Poke it with your
I'm
mage
gonna,
hand.
yeah, I'm gonna literally stand back as far as I can from this thing and mage hand kind of like move it.
It does not move.
It does not move.
It does not move.
Okay.
Oh, it's made of
Um,
marble, not brass. My bad.
So,
Yeah, it's made
yeah,
of
I'm
marble.
just gonna dispel magic. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. That's spell. That'd be pretty sweet, right? Are any of these books magical? None. No. None. Okay. Any of these books catch my eye as describing any magic or anything like
No,
that? Like, you know,
most of them is just most of them are weather worn from time and just aged, and some of them that you are able to read is just ramblings about sunny days or old poems. So there is actually a description for these. Hold on. Lore 5. Yeah, no, all the books are non-magical. Some of them are old poems, love stories about craftsmanships,
okay.
different trades, horticulture, and various other things. They're just
Mm-hmm.
random books.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Jace, did you come up with something?
I don't know what the symbol means.
I mean, you had it, man.
Had it where?
You said it.
I
But
said it?
Plume, yeah, Plume, what are you doing?
Cool. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Nice. Well said. Couldn't agree more.
Nice. So, Regar, what are you up to?
Is everyone up here, like on the same
Other
floor?
than
See
Jace.
my friends, or
You
did they
do
go
not
out?
see Irina, Ismark, Ivan, or Jace.
Did Jace not come up with me?
He did not.
Okay. Do I see any? Do I see smoke or arrow?
Smoke, you can hear smoke inside the elevator shaft.
What about
And
arrow?
Arrow is standing across from you, or right beside you, staring at the bust.
kind of pondering. Don't go too close to it. I'd say don't go too close to it, Rhaegar. It could be trapped.
Okay.
It's definitely
Mm.
magical.
Is there any way up, like stairs to go up from
The
here?
shaft, no, there's no stairs, but the shaft looks to be leading upwards.
Okay.
Do I hear Rhaegar?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna climb back up.
Okay. Easy enough for you.
Rhaegar,
Yes.
you have a long weapon. There's a switch downstairs. It might be for the door. You want to come down and poke it with your spear and make it flip over.
Mm,
I can't reach
do I
it.
want to mess with a potential trap switch?
It could be the potential stop making the door on fire switch
Lightning.
or lightning, whatever it is.
I'm gonna ask Arrow what he thinks. Arrow, what do you think of the switch? I think we should just head up and look for this guy.
Without the rest of our team, that's not happening.
Go.
I mean, we're not in here for a fight. We just need to talk to this guy.
That does not mean he's not looking for a fight.
I mean, if so, we just bail.
I'm not doing this without Jace.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
we
I'll
have-
definitely
do we
go
have
where they
rope?
need me to go.
Can I throw him down a rope? Like I don't have a climbing kit. Hold on.
You all have climber. No, you have 2 climber kits.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him. I'm gonna anchor the rope, and I'm gonna throw him down a rope for him to come up. I can
So
pull him up if I need.
there really isn't anything to anchor down in here unless you're just
The
gonna
anchor.
hold the other end.
I will wrap it around my waist.
Okay.
I'm like 300 pounds. I will be the anchor.
And you're just gonna yank him up the
Yeah.
tower.
If I need to make a strength check, I will do a strength check and yank his ass up.
I'm not gonna make you do that, man. You can easily lift Jace up.
Okay, there we go.
So,
We're all together.
did you have something on the door, Jace? Though
I feel like I'm supposed to know what that means, but I have no idea what that symbol means.
Well, okay. So, would you like? I will take your favored by the gods to give you a hint.
Sure.
So actually, you rolled pretty good on your Arcana check. Your father is a performer. He performs. He's a bard.
No, my father wasn't a
Sometimes
bard.
he had. Oh no, he was a fighter.
He was a
That's
blade
right.
master, but yeah, he was a fighter by class.
Still a blade master. There is certain techniques, certain fighting styles that your father would perform and train in. The door isn't a Arcana symbol. It's a series of movements.
I don't care.
That's what you
You're
mean
your
by
own
how I
self.
said it. Okay. So I'm going to, in front of this door, looking awkward as shit, I'm going to try to imitate this series of movements. And the stick figures on the outside moving clockwise in the direction of the movements.
Okay. Wait. So where are you starting?
Let me see. How many symbols are there on here? At the top. And then going around
So you're gonna.
clockwise.
Okay. So when you start at the top and you make it to the second symbol, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Follow the pattern.
As
Cross, up,
the
down.
dragon's head
Oh. Okay.
as the dragon's head emerges one more time and shoots the lightning.
God damn it. He could just take my rope up.
That's
Oh.
a
It's a
nat
nat
20.
Does he dance and deftly spin
You
out of
take
the way?
13 points of damage.
Oh my god.
With a
Okay,
nat 20.
so I'm starting at the far right, and I'm following the line from there in the direction of where it connects to each movement.
So once you get to the final symbol,
Almost.
you see the symbol on the top following clockwork all start to ignite in a light blue kind of teal color, and then the whole symbol catches ablaze in a blue flame, and then it extinguishes, and then you see this blue shimmer fall off of the door and the door swing open.
Do I have any teammates within earshot of me?
I mean, I'm
No.
30 feet up trying to offer a rope down to you, right?
No, you do not see anybody near you. You see a tail in front of you. You see. So hold on one second.
Yes, it's actually a mount in the game. There's also a chair. There's also a triple triad card.
So inside of this like part of the tower, you see a large empty room. It looks like some of the floorboards are halfway broken and creaking, and you see a suit of armor set up against the wall to the right. Right in this very center of the room, you see a large iron shaft with a door that is currently open, and there, right in the center of the shaft platform, is a lever sticking straight up from the floor, and at the top of the shaft is a tail dangling down, looking like it's trying to lap at it.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell them,
then we are
guys.
checking the orphanage for Milakoff, the assistant that's.
So
There's something.
Oh.
I figured
James,
out
hi.
hello. Yes. This door. I feel as though I probably shouldn't enter on my own.
Oh, come on in.
Wait, what now? There was somebody already in there?
Yeah.
Why
Plume.
did I even bother with the door? Okay.
I don't know. You're the one not paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't take the rope up. I was offering you a rope.
Welcome in.
Yeah,
How
so
are you?
I go in.
Okay.
Nice.
So
We
there
need to
is
pull the
a
lever.
there is a iron shaft in front of you with a wooden platform with a lever, and smoke is on top of the shaft. It's an elevator, but it's made out of iron, and smoke is sitting on top of the elevator.
Okay. Yeah, so I get on the elevator with smoke.
So you notice at the base of it, the lever is currently set to 2, and there is a 1. If you go forward, there's a 1. There's also a 3, 4, 5. And all the way up to 7. The shaft in the middle of the shaft, the like rod coming out of the ground, is set to number 2.
If I look down, is there anything magical in that room?
No, it's
Not
you're
even the
on the
armor.
4th floor. You're on the 4th floor. He's on the 2nd.
Okay.
We need to go either down or up.
Well, I would say up would be the most logical direction.
Why?
When you
The door
utter
was
the
on the
word,
second. On the,
when you utter the word up, the shaft starts to scream and squeal as the entire shaft starts to travel up.
Down,
Wouldn't
down,
it
down,
go down
down.
since whenever he was talking, he said down first?
No,
I did say
it
down
goes.
first.
I know, but it goes up 1 floor. And now you can see y'all can all see in well, I will give you a acrobatics check if you want to jump out of this thing. No, yeah, making an acrobatics check if you want to jump out when it reaches up to the 4th floor. Or no, it goes up 1 floor. Yeah, so it goes up to the 3rd floor, and you can
Oh,
actually
shit.
see that the 3rd floor actually has most of its flooring missing. So it's just like most of the floor from between the 4th floor and the 2nd floor, that 3rd floor, just the flooring is just missing.
Hey,
And-
Jace, I have an idea. You ready?
What's...
First floor.
Aren't we already on the first floor?
No, we're on the third floor now. We started on the second, and we went to the 4th. First floor. Does anything happen?
No,
Down.
nothing happens when you say something.
Down.
The elevator starts to go down towards the 2nd floor.
All right, now go to the first floor.
First floor.
The elevator starts to go down again.
Okay.
And you see when you get to the bottom floor, it is full of old crates. It's a small little alcove. As soon as you exit the shaft, there's a small alcove, and there's just stacks of crates.
Okay. I think everyone else is on the 4th floor. If we go pick them up, we should go back down and check this area out.
Hey, one thing I would like to see, not getting close to it, but just looking at it. Do I see any runes on this? What you call it here?
Bus.
Are you staring
On
at the
this bus.
bust? You've been staring at it this whole time?
Nah, I've been staring at. I've been looking around the room, but I do kind of want to check to see what kind of runes. Not really getting real close to it, but just seeing what kind of runes are on it.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
Just
you've been looking at the
normal.
bust.
So Rhaegar,
Yes.
what are you doing? What have you been doing while you're hearing this machinery just screaming? You've heard it before. You know what the sound of an elevator is from your time in the Underdark. So you can kind of quickly you realize what that shaft is upon seeing it. But what do you do? What are you doing with Arrow?
I'm kind of bored of looking at the bust. So if I hear that elevator, I'm gonna say, "Crap. Okay, what are my traveling companions getting into now?" And I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay. You literally look down into the shaft and you just see them going up and then back down and they go down even further.
Hey Tony, this is just gonna be a
I'm
10-hour
traveling.
fucking clip. I can't figure this shit out.
No, dude, just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it right now. Yeah, don't worry about uploading anything right now. Just figure it out later another day or something. It's not that big of a deal. I take down a lot of notes. Harold takes down a lot of notes. It's cool, man. I was just busting your balls earlier.
Yeah, I'm typing very slowly, but I have been typing stuff up.
Okay. Rhaegar, you get this strange feeling that something is watching you.
Biggs and Wedge in every single Final Fantasy. It's one of those like little Easter egg things.
Sorry, grabbing water from the fridge. So something is watching me.
Yeah.
Can I make a check to determine where?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
It's been 30 minutes since.
Okay. Sorry, using the mouse is harder than typing, oddly enough. Okay. Wait. Perception check. Nope, that didn't grab the right thing. Nope, that's not it.
There's the split.
Like it when you get to it and it rolls.
There it is.
Like
I had to grab the right thing, and I keep grabbing
Hmm.
everything. Yeah, there we go. That was my shitty perception check.
Yeah, you just don't see anything around you. You look back out the hole in the wall, you looked out through some of the slits in the other directions, you don't see anything around.
I'm going to. Okay, so Arrow is up there with me, right? He's still
Yeah,
looking at the thing.
Arrow, go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Well, actually, no, you don't have to. There is no runes, no etching, or anything like that on the bust. You also see there is no dust, dirt, or debris. Like it is pretty well polished.
Um,
Yeah.
Hey, can I react to feeling like we're being watched?
Yeah.
So I'm going to like grab Arrow, turn him to me, grab him and shake him and say, "We're being watched. So someone is in here watching us. I don't know who or where. I don't know how, but we're being watched."
Hey, yeah. I don't know if my 15's gonna help, but there you
Yeah,
go.
you look around as well, and you don't notice anything.
I'm going to say we're definitely not alone. Something's up here.
Yeah. Well, with him saying that, do I see anything magical that may be invisible or
You do
something like
not.
that?
The only
Okay.
thing magical is 2 weapons that Rhaegar has,
Yeah,
and the bust itself.
the bust. You know what? Instead of being a pussy ass bitch, I'm gonna go check this bust out. I'm actually gonna go and inspect it now. I'm
I'm
going
gonna
up
tell
close to
him,
it.
as if he turns away, I'm going to tell him, "Be on your guard," because we're
Okay.
definitely not alone.
We'll do Rhaegar, and then I go check out the bust.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of hover around him because I'm worried about everyone's safety. I'm going to like stay close by in case something tries to attack, and continue
Okay.
just looking around on guard.
All right. So what do you do with the bust?
Kind of inspect it, kind of look it around, like see, this bust looks like a person, correct?
It does.
So I'm gonna look at parts I really couldn't see before, kind of examine the head of it and that
So
kind of thing.
as you go to, are you touching it?
Yeah.
As you go to touch it,
Explain what's
it surprises you for a moment where the bust flicks its head back a little bit and it says, "Get your grubby hands off of me, elf.
Well, I think we found what's watching us.
You vagabonds are trespassing. Get out." before I must
Sorry.
summon my magical rage upon you.
Sorry about that. Let me introduce myself. Ira, I was just here.
To steal and pilfer, no doubt, like the rest of them.
I'm not stealing anything in this place. I do not steal normally at all. I do not plunder. I simply just to look for knowledge.
So, going back to Jason Smoke, as you are at this ground floor and you see all these crates down below, y'all hear from a distance, "Get your grubby hands off me, elf!" And then you hear Arrow start to speaking with somebody.
Can I talk to the magical bust?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna step in, kind of in front of Arrow, and say, "We are not thieves. We are here seeking allies against a powerful foe, Count Strahd. We're seeking your master. Where is he? We need to speak to him."
My master, you have the wrong bust, sir. I serve no one but my master, of course.
Then
yes,
you
we're-
said, "But your master." Yes, that would be the case in point.
Oh,
we are looking
you're
for.
down on you're on level 1. Do you go up?
Yeah.
What do
I
you
said go
say?
to the 4th floor.
The elevator doesn't move.
Fourth
Chase.
floor.
The elevator starts to creep up, and it arrives at the 4th floor. Plume, are you jumping off?
Why would I have to jump off?
Okay,
You're on
so
the
the
top of
elevator
it.
goes up to the 4th floor, and you all see Plume is stuck above where the elevator stops inside of the cage, inside of the shaft. And Jace, you're able to leave the elevator.
All right, I get out.
Shit. No, wait, send it to the 3rd floor.
Wait. I thought it was the. Okay, 4th floor.
I'm stuck.
He's stuck at the top of the elevator in the shaft.
With all the ones that you need.
Okay,
So, Plume, you're stuck between
we
the
were
4th
in
and
the
the 5th
same
floor.
elevator.
Okay.
No, he was on top
the
of it.
top.
Okay,
That's why
go
it's not
down
working for him.
slightly. Why is he on
The-
top of the elevator?
The elevator goes to the 3rd floor.
Okay, you're gonna have to figure out how to get yourself down off of the top of that elevator. I don't know how to help you.
Just say, send it to the 4th floor, and I'll jump off.
It
Or the,
went to
or the
the
3rd floor.
Up to the 4th floor.
It doesn't move. It's already at the 4th floor.
Go down to the 3rd. I'll jump off.
All right, I send it down to the 3rd.
Okay, so now you're on the 3rd floor, and Smoke jumps out.
Okay, now I go back up to the 4th.
Okay, so now you're on the 4th floor with the elevator.
And we're
Bloody
talking to
elevators.
this bust.
Okay,
Why are
So-
you talking to a statue?
so what do y'all say to it?
It talks back. I mean, what can I
Yeah,
say?
what are y'all saying?
I've already said what I say to him, that we're seeking
Yeah.
his master.
Listen,
Hold
we
on
are
a second.
Who else? I asked him who else is in this tower. Hello?
Hold on 1 second.
You stepped away for a minute.
Yeah, give me
Uh-oh.
1 second. I gotta go take my dad his pills.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Be back in a second.
Dude, Brandon, your program is bullshit, by the way.
Da Vinci?
Yes, it keeps
You
uploading
just
like
need to know how to use
it
it.
keeps uploading like 10 minutes, and it's like a 10-hour clip.
Are you using it correctly?
I'm dragging and dropping.
You should. There should
It
just be an
uploaded
upload button.
12 minutes of a 10-hour clip.
Mhm.
I mean, paid for more.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you, bro. Because I don't have any problems with it.
Maybe I can't upload that much.
The first time it did it fine, but then I couldn't figure out how to work it. Now it's just uploading like 12 minutes of a 10-hour fucking clip.
I'm sorry.
Burger, you are not going after the president. No, ma'am.
I mean, I guess we could take a 5.
Yeah, let's take a
Anybody
quick
go?
5, guys.
He's gonna go with medicine, so might as well take a quick 5.
Yeah, take a quick 5.
No.
Hey, sorry about that, guys.
He's
No,
back.
ma'am.
I don't know if I'd let y'all know, but I'm actually taking care of my dad right now. He just had surgery. So,
Yeah.
I heard you.
okay.
You're good. That's why we were just talking about just taking a 5.
Like taking a 5-minute break. Yeah.
Oh, y'all want to take 5?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good, but if y'all want to, sure.
I mean, I could definitely go use the bathroom and refresh my water.
There you go.
Yeah, then let's
Okay.
go take 5.
All right, cool.
No.
I'm waiting. You not eat your dinner.
Huh?
Dude, I made specifically one that didn't have any cheese on it, and it's just sitting here.
Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, Tony, I'm sorry. This is going to be a 10.5
okay.
hour clip. You can just weed through it.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop out for a bit because I am hot off of work.
I'll see you guys probably maybe in a bit. Okay, bye.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, your
Welcome back.
video is just gonna be 10.5 hours, Tony. I'm tired of getting mad.
Dude, I'm telling you, just leave it alone. It's
I
not that
need
big of
I
a
need it
deal.
off my computer because it's taking up a lot of memory.
Oh, okay. All right. So is Nick back and Harold?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Harold, can you hear me? So, Jace, what were you saying to the bust? He said that he serves no master except for his.
Then why are you here? And you said except for yours. Okay, who is your master?
My master? You dare come into this place and not even know whose it is? My master is the great Exanther.
Exanther.
Exanter.
I'm sorry. I'm not from.
Exanter.
I'm not from these lands.
Well, it figures. The great Exanther was a powerful mage back in the day, and he built this tower and me. I am made in his beautiful likeness.
I see. Your master must be quite stunning. Who is your master? What does he do?
Exanther, the mage. Have you not been listening, you deaf brute?
Well, regardless, we have a powerful enemy, thus we need powerful allies. We are here for an audience.
I have no enemy. Not even time gets to me here.
As we have powerful enemies.
Well, that is terrible for you, isn't it?
If we could just have an audience.
With who?
Who do you think? Your master. The person we've been talking about this entire time.
And why would I do that? He is not home. He hasn't been here for some time.
And when is he expected back?
Excuse me, sir. If I would know, I still probably wouldn't tell you. If I had arms, I probably would have written it down. But
I see.
for all intents and purposes, you are trespassers. You are dirty. You are dirtying my floor. And I don't like you.
As I cast Prestidigitation.
You I like a little more. Thank you.
I see.
And then
well,
where they
unfortunately,
walk,
it
that's
appears that we are
Prestidigitation.
wasting our time. I say to my party members.
Yeah. Yes, it does seem that way.
So if you're not looters or vagabonds or thieves or
Middle.
murderers or any of the other names I can call you, what are you? Who are you looking for? Why are you here?
I'm
We are
back, by the
here
way.
looking for allies
Hmm.
in the upcoming fight against the Lord of these lands.
And if your
You know,
master
somebody-
is truly as great as you say he is, then surely he
He
would
is.
understand that it is only a matter of time before our great enemy turns his sights on him.
And that would be impossible.
You say that now.
So, who is this foe that you are made enemies of?
Count Strahd.
Oh, well, that definitely sucks for you. But
And
my
that is
master
why-
would never raise a hand against him.
And why is that?
It's not a matter of
Because
your
he is-
master
He's probably
raising.
scared.
It's not a matter of your
Because my
master
master is
raising
his
a hand against.
concierge.
Oh,
He was his arcana teacher back when Strahd was just a young lad. They are trusted allies to them too. But it has been some time since I've seen my master. I'll tell you what. I will help you if you help me.
And how
Does
do we
anybody
help
trust
you?
this talking thing?
How do we help you?
I have recently, if you wouldn't mind, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Buster the Buster. The Bust.
Wait,
So-
are you serious?
Yes, very serious, deadly serious. I have recently had a, you could say, an escapade with a certain female type, and I
How?
wish to woo her. There are,
You're a bust.
do not worry about such things. There are things that I require. I require, as you can see on the floor before me, there are plenty of love poems and books, but I have read them all. I require, what is it women like? Wine, flowers, maybe a new poem of sorts. You get these things for me, and I will help you.
Well, I hope your swift tongue is indicative of other things.
You a poem right now.
Sure.
I'm quite good with the ladies.
I have
Yeah,
a
go
question
ahead.
for you.
Yes.
You're a magical bust, correct?
That I am, my good sir,
If
but not only
If
a
I were
magical
to put
bust.
you on a suit of armor, do you believe that the magic would fill into that suit of armor to make you have your own arms and legs?
Presumably, yes.
Then you could
that would
please
work.
your lady a
but,
bit more.
I'm going to pick him up.
I'm not going to make you make a strength check, but he does not move.
He doesn't move.
I would remind you to please take your grubby paws off of me, sir.
I was
Um,
sorry. I apologize. I was going to put you on the suit of armor downstairs to allow you to have your own arms and legs.
I would very much appreciate the favor, but no. You are not able to move me, not by any will of my own. But when I was made, I was placed here magically. So, with that being said, unfortunately, with the circumstances, I cannot.
Rhaegar, why don't you give it a try?
He just said he's there magically. I'm gonna put my arms up like, do you not listen?
Well, Riga,
With
if you
enough
put
strength,
down,
perhaps.
well, if he went down with you, Jace, maybe you could bring the suit of armor up here and put it next to
Right,
the
but
statue,
if we
and maybe
can't,
that would work.
If we can't move him at all, how do we place him on the armor?
You place the armor underneath him. Place the
not
armor
we
around
find-
the bust.
Why don't we find other ways to help him?
Yes, like the poem, the flowers, and the wine. That would be perfect. Just place them on the floor in front of me.
If someone will give me a pen and paper, I'll start writing a poem right now.
Don't you have pen and paper? If not, I'll give you some. But
No, I don't. I think I have a hold on, let me look what my pack is. Sorry. It's really hard to use a mouse right now.
No, you're good. I can look in your inventory for you.
It doesn't show me what's in my backpack. But yeah, if I have pen and paper, I'm gonna start working on it. It's probably gonna be a horrible barbarian haiku. Like it's brilliant among
Yeah,
Goliaths.
give me a performance check.
Gladly. With my -1.
I'm with you, bro.
Can I roll it with advantage in terms of it being a Goliath barbarian poem?
Absolutely not.
Damn it. What'd you say? Performance? Okay.
Performance,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's right under.
Sorry, it's just taking me a lot to be able to use the freaking mouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a negative fish right there.
You show him the poem, and he reads over it, and he says, "Now, when you mention the blood of thy enemies to be blossomed and poured over thy bosom, do you mean metaphorically?"
No, I can guarantee that he does not.
What's the metaphor?
I think I'm going to pass on this one. I apologize.
always worked with the Goliath women in my tribe.
Yes, yes, I'm sure that the quote skull of thy enemy we shall drink our love from.
What about the part where he mentions slaying 1,000 foes for her?
Yeah,
It's the key part. That always makes them blush. They turn quite red at hearing it.
yes, 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 yes. I will ride thy like a stallion in battle.
I will prepare for thee
Yes,
a
I
bouquet
don't.
of my foes' heads on pikes.
Yes, I'm going to pass on this poem. Thank you
I
so
will
much.
bring you
Brute.
the hearts of thine enemies.
I shall grant you an offering of hearts for your hearts.
Yes. Anyways, so a new poem, fresh bouquet of flowers, and a bottle of wine will suffice. And I
Can I
will
get-
enter
I'm
and
gonna go
become.
pick flowers.
Huh?
I'm gonna go pick some flowers. I'm gonna get working on that right now.
Okay, it doesn't take long. You can pick any kind of. You have survival.
Yeah.
And I believe, yeah, yeah. You can jump down and go pick flowers if you want.
Do that right now.
Yeah, I think somebody actually has a bottle of wine in their inventory. If you want to just leave that here,
Don't we all have some wine in our inventory?
you do.
Okay, I'm not partying with wine.
I leave him my bottle of wine that I showed
Okay.
him.
And does somebody else want to try and write him a poem?
I will.
I was about to say
write
Jason
him a
would be
poem.
good
Try
at
to
one.
write a poem.
I got
Why would
this.
I be good with a poem?
I
You
don't
said
know.
oh, here's the thing. I got this. You said performance, right?
Yeah.
14.
Okay. Yeah. What is your poem read?
Oh shit! Come on, really?
Oh, for real.
Oh, for real.
I'm really bad about. Hold on. Give
Ask
me 2
Kit.
seconds.
He said
I got
roses are red, violets are blue.
Fuck you.
Your your booty looks juicy too.
It should have something in there about slitting throats and sneaking through the shadows. And
When
whatnot.
I
Hold on.
slit throats, it makes me the goat.
He's a cat.
You
I
said
got this.
What are you Googling it?
no.
Love is like wild, like wild roseberry. Friendship, like the holly tree. The
He
holly is
Googled
dark
something.
when the rose bears bloom, but with which will bloom most constantly? The wild roseberry is sweet in spring, its summer blossoms scent in the air. Yet wait till winter comes again, and no one will call the wild berry fair. The scorn, then scorn the silly rose wraith, now and deck thee with a holly sheen, that when December bright thy brow, he still may leave the garland green.
I have no idea what any of that means, but it sounds
Would
romantic.
you like to
Leave
woo
it on the
her
floor.
with some jokes?
No.
Oh,
No.
do you have any? Let me hear one, just one, because that poem was kind of lengthy. So just leave
Oh,
that poem
okay.
on the floor. You've
So-
completed one of my many tasks. What's your joke?
A band of adventurers was once in a tavern, and the tavern keep asked them, "Why do adventurers carry weapons in a tavern?" They answered quite promptly, "Why, mimics, of course." The barkeep laughed, the adventurers laughed, and then the table laughed, and then they stabbed the table, and the barkeep got his answer.
The bust howls in laughter. That's a good one. I
Oh.
would wipe a tear from my eye if I had arms.
Why do orcs not learn about the
No,
birds
no,
and the
just the
bees
one
and
joke.
how to ride on the same
Just-
day?
I don't know what an orc is, but that one joke was plenty enough for me.
Because you have to
So-
give the horse a break sometime.
So, Rhaegar, you come back with the flowers?
Yes.
Okay. He says, perfect. Perfect. With these things, I will be able to woo my mistress. She comes quite often. her name is Esmeralda. If you wish to know.
Did you say Esmeralda?
I did.
Why does that name sound familiar?
So,
I think I've heard that
Uh,
name in Disney.
No, I think we've heard that name before. Was that one of the hags?
nope.
No, that was Morgantha. Never mind.
Yep, you have heard Esmeralda. If you can tell me where it is, I'll give you a second point of inspiration.
And it wasn't one of
Wasn't Esmeralda wasn't she one of the people that was with with Strahd?
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, it's not the original name of the seer, right?
Nope.
I'm scrolling through looking. Actually, I can search. can't
So,
I?
the bus tells you any information that you wish that I have knowledge of, I will inform you.
I feel like we heard her name back in the tavern.
I've definitely heard her name before.
We heard her name back in the tavern.
She drives this weird, like rides around in this weird red caravan. But that's about all I know. And willing to tell you about my mistress, of course. Those things are private. But anything else that you wish to know, I will tell you.
No, I don't have that down.
What do you know about these lands that your master has told you?
I know much of Barovia, as I hold some of my master's own memories.
Tower.
You remember
in the
the people that tried to take down Strahd?
There was several people that tried to take down Strahd upon the ages. Which ones do you refer?
All of them. I want to know every bit of failure.
They have all
Everything.
failed in different ways. If you it would take years to tell you of every single person that has ever failed. Now, since my master is not here, he is not able to partake in me parts of his memory that he has gained recently. So,
Now, let me ask you one hypothetical scenario. Let me pose one hypothetical scenario to you, Sir
Buster, the boss.
Buster. If your master and your mistress were to be on opposite sides of a conflict, whose side would you take?
Well, as I am a spitting image and I have the mind of my master almost through and through, he would see her for her beauty that she really is.
And so, in that instance, would you feel as though your master would be willing to be on
He would
opposite
choose
sides?
He
I
would
see.
choose to follow his heart for the first time in his life.
I would very much. Now, of course, I would not wish to betray you. After all, I can feel a friendship blossoming, but I would very much like to meet this Esmeralda.
I bet you would, but you will not steal my woman.
I have no intention of doing so, I promise.
Can't you tell he has no interest in women?
We think he's gay.
I can see that.
I have just not found the right person. That is all. But
So, is there any questions?
We think
any
he's
other
gay.
questions that y'all want to ask me about anything in particular?
I would like to
Who
meet this
had-
Esmeralda.
Okay. I would like
Okay.
to see her again, myself.
Who has been the most successful at trying to beat Strahd?
Oh. Well, that would be King Rex.
Where has your
Hmm.
master gone? Like we were hoping to find him here.
My master went to go seek immortality through the power of lichdom, but he has never returned. He went to the Amber Temple.
What is your master's
To
name?
the south. Exthanter.
That's right.
Do you know anything about a tower to the south that holds great evil and power?
I believe you're trying to refer to the Temple of Amber, which is what I just said that my master went to.
Okay. Thank you.
You should really listen more.
Yes, I agree.
Get your nose out of your book when people are speaking to you, and open your ears. You got those big ears for nothing, do you?
No, never something.
So your
So-
master wishes to become a lich.
No, he wishes to seek immortality, but he will use lichdom to gain that.
Then he is a fool.
I believe if you ever met him, that is one thing you would call him, and it'd probably be your last thing you ever said.
Well,
How do you
my
spell his name
statement
again?
still
Okay.
stands.
I was trying to type.
He's
My-
a fool.
I will let you know that my master has destroyed cities by the uttering of one single word, and you wish to call him a fool.
I do.
The most powerful wizard among these lands, he considers a pupil.
What did you say his name was? Because I'm trying to type it up.
Exanthator.
Exanther. Okay.
Exanthator. Something. Yeah, Exanther.
And how did this king almost succeed at defeating Strahd?
Who? Well,
The king.
King Rex.
He's a
I
lich.
will have you know.
He's a powerful lich. Talked about
King
it before.
King Rex. Yes, he is a lich. He rules over Darkon. He is the ruler of the plains of Dread, known as Darkon. He is also Strahd's sworn enemy, as he has sent his filthy assassins once before.
Okay. Do you know about any new assassins that he sent, or is that memories you do not know?
He has not. There has not been, that I know of, there has not been another assassin sent by Lord King Rex.
Is there anybody else that tried to send an assassin?
Not that I know of.
And if they were to send an assassin, would you might know where we could find this said assassin?
I do not.
Okay. I have no further questions.
He hasn't been much help to us.
I say
believe
we
that
go
Maybe
on
we are
to,
asking the
believe that
wrong
it's not-
questions.
It's not that I've been no help, it's just that you are not asking great questions. You asked about my master, I told you where he went. You asked what he did, I told
What
you
is
who he was.
Strahd's greatest weakness?
His heart.
Literally or metaphorically?
Both.
Then what does he truly love?
A woman.
And her name?
Lost in time.
That's an interesting name.
It is.
He means... Is that her actual name, or was her name actually lost in time?
Unfortunately, I do not know her name at this time, as she has been reincarnated several times. And every time she has a different name.
but does she look the
Wonderful.
same?
He does.
What does she look like?
Long red hair, kind of olive skin. Times she has black hair with olive skin, but overall she looks the same.
It's... Rhaegar.
Oh.
You know who that is.
Which one?
I think there was actually a point in time that my master told me that her last reincarnation she had blonde hair.
It is your lovely
Olive skin.
woman that you want to be with.
Talking about Irina?
Yes, it's Irina.
No.
Yes. Irina. Why do you think Strahd wants Irina? She's the reincarnate.
And how do we use this woman against Strahd to defeat him?
That is not something in my purview.
Okay, well, in your experience, how would you say we would go about that?
Well, first my master would lay a trap, a magical trap, and then once your enemy falls prey into it, you just hit them with a spell, and then they normally turn to ash.
And what spell is that?
A spell that incites death upon your opponent. Like, what? He whispers the word "die" and people turn to ash. Like, I don't
Oh.
know any other way to say that.
Wonderful. I understand,
I don't think you do.
but I do. Listen. There is. I guarantee there will be a great war soon.
I doubt it. Not in Barovia.
Oh, but there will. Or at least there'll be a great death in Barovia.
So, is there anything else, or do you all want to sit here and talk to me for the rest of the day? Like,
I
I'm
was
Better
thinking
very
we
do you
could
have?
Is
share
there anything here that we might be able to use against Strahd? Any valuable artifact or spell book or item that we could borrow to help us in a fight?
There was an old man who used to live upstairs. You might find something among his belongings.
Sorry, an old man? Who was that?
I don't know. He didn't tell me his name.
And he lived here?
Yes,
I'm gonna
he's
sneak
been
off
here-
to go climb the rope
Yeah, let's
while they're
go
talking.
take a
he's
look.
been here for quite a while. He's come and gone, but yeah, he did stay here for a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna start climbing the rope.
So the cage is on the fourth floor. You can't climb up to the rope. How many people are trying to get on the elevator at one time?
Are we all just gonna get on the elevator and go up?
It won't hold us all.
Oh, then I'll wait if I need to. Whatever.
So you're gonna go like one at a time?
Well, two people.
Hold on,
can
I
do
can't
it,
hear you.
right?
Give me a second.
Are you asking me or the bust?
I'm asking you because I can't ask the elevator how many we can fit on it, but
You
whoever
can
can
I'll
fit
ask
on
the
it.
bus.
The weight capacity for the elevator is 300 pounds.
Oh, so it's gonna be me in one turn because I'm like 300 pounds, and then two of them can probably go at once.
Yeah.
So I'll let two of them go first.
Okay, which
Yes.
floor do y'all go to?
The
floor?
fifth,
Can I ask
the
the
fifth
bus-
floor.
So going up to the fifth floor. You see that the fifth floor looks a lot like the third floor, as there's just a bunch of holes in the floor. There's nothing else. Looks pretty dangerous on this floor.
But is this the final floor?
No. There is two more floors above it.
I guess we can just go up one floor at a time. Make sure we check out the entire surroundings just to keep us safe.
Yeah, I wanna see every floor.
So the sixth floor, the sixth floor is actually kind of an interesting room, as when you step out, it is domed, and so it is. The floors look like they are made of marble, and there is no windows. It is a domed floor with a small, like globe in the center of it.
Oh, is it magical?
Are you recasting your spell?
Nah, I'm not going to take too long. Unless y'all want to sit here for another 10 minutes.
So, so within the wooden ceiling, there are small carvings through the wooden ceiling to emit small bits of light. If someone would like to make a intelligence check for me.
Yeah, that would not be me.
Whoever.
I mean,
Anybody can make an intelligence check.
I got a
I mean-
-1. I'm freaking. I'm not the.
You have,
Wait,
you have a
smart.
-1 in intelligence?
I only have an 8 intelligence.
That's
I'm not
21.
the smartest.
that's a nat 20.
Yeah, but
Hot
natural ability checks don't mean anything.
Still though, nice 8 of 20.
So, Arrow, can you make me if you're proficient in Arcana, you are able to make an Arcana check on this globe.
Okay. I am proficient in Arcana, and I will make an Arcana check on this globe. It's not very high,
Okay.
but
Jace?
Yeah, sure.
Is it a drift globe?
I'm hoping it's not a globe of annihilation. That's a 20.
nice.
There's such a thing
So,
as a globe of annihilation.
It's pretty much
Jace.
death.
a couple revelations that you have entering into this room. It's almost completely dark except for some holes in the sky. You notice almost immediately certain star constellations. And when you point up at one, you're like, oh, yeah. Like, that's the constellation of Pelor. Wait, that's the constellation of Loth. That's the constellation of Torm. That's the constellation. Like, the night sky in your home world is in this ceiling. The globe is an enchanted globe that you have seen your parents play with once before. You infuse it with your own magical powers to create a kind of like a starry night in the sky. Kind of like a drift globe.
Dang. Okay. I tear up a little bit as I say, "This is the night sky of Toril. Why is this
Do you-
here?"
Do you want to activate the globe?
Do I feel like it's safe? Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
So it's going to take a level 1 spell slot.
That's fine.
And you see as the globe like starts, you focus in on the globe and pump your let the arcane flow through you into the globe. You start to see it start to glowing brighter and brighter until it turns into a white light, and then it dims, and then all the little holes up in the ceiling start forming lines in between them to form and make the constellations of your homeworld. Rhaegar, your survival skills, you notice the same constellations. So do you, Arrow. All three of you recognize different constellations. Rhaegar, you notice where the North Star is. You notice how if you follow certain constellations, you'll get home. You all see this in this tower.
Wow.
But do I see their hometown stars?
Yeah, you see some star constellations, but you had no idea what they mean. Like you see a sword, you see the outline of a horse, you see the outline of a gauntlet.
No disrespect, but what the fuck are these constellations?
They're from our homeworld. I say as I motion to Rhaegar so he knows what I'm referring to when I say "our."
So yes, I recognize the North Star there.
Beautiful. I'm glad that y'all have got to see a little piece of home. So I'm just gonna kind of like walk to the back of the room and kind of prop my back up against the wall.
Y'all wish to continue, or do y'all want to admire this room some more?
Nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm
Hey.
gonna continue.
By the way, at about 10:15, I have to go because I have to pick the wife up from work. Just so you know.
Lame.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
So y'all continue up to the top of the tower. Like I explained earlier, there is a bedroll. There is a pot with a little burner underneath it. There is a different forms of books. These books don't look faded or torn or raggedy, but they are open to different and various pages. Um, there's a box with some rations in it, of course, and yeah.
That's all that's up here.
Yeah, would y'all like to investigate or
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
investigate the room.
If I can, I'll roll an investigation check.
Yeah, well, I don't investigate shit.
so? If you are proficient in perception, you can roll one of those, or intelligence, you can
man,
roll one of
really?
those. Yeah,
I'm proficient in perception. You said investigation.
yeah, you are investigating, but you can also roll perception, and if you
Okay,
want
then that's
to.
a 25.
22.
Okay, so
22.
perception, a perception check. You notice laying on the ground, there are several drawings in various different books, all looking, and you scroll through some of the pages, and you find that these drawings are actual layouts of the grounds and the exterior of one Castle Ravenloft. The investigation checks, Rhaegar, your investigation check reveals that all the papers are interconnected to the wall representing Strahd. Oh, so you're okay. I'm just gonna read this. Um, with a DC 10 intelligence check reveals that the several of the pages and that are both on the floor and the wall represent the relationship between one Strahd von Zarovich and Rudolf van Richten. To There are also connections linking them to several other people and places, all within the lands of Barovia and throughout all of the Dreadlands of Ravenloft. There are several notes depicted on different places, one called Darkon, one called the Circus, one also labeled as the Desert Plains, and Arrow. You find a book with the symbol of Ravenloft on it. And the cover feels like dried human skin. The pages old and worn.
Yeesh.
You open it up and you find the writing looks to be in this darkened red color. It's a very elegant style and smooth handwriting. And you find this book hidden away in one of the boxes underneath several different rags and blankets and sheets.
What language is it in? Do I know? Is it a
Common.
language that common? Okay.
Yep.
What is the book about?
Hold on.
Okay.
Um, where is it? There is. You see at the front of in the introduction to the book, it says Memories and Memoirs of one Strahd von Zarovich. As soon as you open the book, it's right there.
Memories and
Oh,
memoirs.
sorry.
Strahd.
The book reads I, Strahd, the Memories and Memoirs of a Vampire, and the War against Aslan.
So it's about a war. Do I read further? Do I see anything? Or
And do you want to read a little snippet of it?
yeah, I want to read a little snippet of it.
Okay. I gotta pull up the book.
So does Rhaegar tell about like what he found, like the circus and all that?
Oh, they can't see it too?
Yeah, if
You were
point
the
it
one
out
that
to 'em.
found it.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I find it, I show it to you guys.
So I want to investigate further of the stuff that has to do with the circus.
Okay, I mean it's basically just a bunch of names and descriptions of a lot of people you already know. Like there's the hags. There's even a description of you. Just a physical description what you do.
Oh. Well, now you really know what I did. Told you I was a enforcer, for lack of terms.
Oh my gosh, where is this thing? I wasn't expecting y'all to find this so quick. It's from the Tome of Strahd. Here we
If
go.
you just want to, okay.
Now, y'all want me to read it out loud, or do y'all want to read it out loud?
Go ahead and read
It
it.
doesn't matter.
So, the Tome of Strahd reads. Let me see. How can I do this so that way y'all can get all of it? Harold, can you read this for me? And I will start to put it in.
Okay. And is it my character reading it out loud or just me?
I mean, yeah, you can read it over your shoulder.
Okay. I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei.
Sergey.
Sorry, I got it. I got it all out there.
He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die. Nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her to love me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. And that's the end of it.
Yeah, I pocket that book.
Hmm?
I take the book. I'm putting it in my bag.
Could they investigate the book a little more for more mention of that sword? Specifically to look for stuff about the sword? Hello? Tony, you there?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay. I'm gonna grab some water while you're thinking.
I want to tell you, you already know where it is. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is you have to remember back to the card called the Avenger.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wasn't that my card?
No, that was
Oh.
the fate reading from all of you.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Alright, so we need that sword apparently. Let's see. Roll back.
Way to make it to where the sun shines. Back on Brovia again. I'd actually, are we done here? Are we done at this level? I would like to go back to the floor with the guy on it. I want to ask him one single more
Yeah,
question, and
Go ahead.
then yeah. So I'm gonna go back. If there's people, everybody like are we all going back there or what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
What do you want to ask him? You can just ask him.
I want to ask him, has the sun ever shined on
Barovia.
Brovia?
He says, "Well, of course it has."
But it's all cloudy and dark now. It never shines now.
But yes, but since the Dark Lord made a pact with the Dark Powers down at the temple, of course, and there was one of the things he did was call the sun, as one might say.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he's the reason that there's only a few hours of daylight.
Correct.
Right.
You
And
would
is it
be
really
accurate in
even
your assumption.
technically daylight? Because I think I've seen him walking around during the day.
Oh, that is most definitely correct.
Clouds
What he did for the clouds and the fog, he covered the sun so he can walk around whenever he pleases. He still chooses and has an internal clock, just like all other living beings or undead beings that used to be human. So he still has the time when he wants to come out and the time he doesn't want to. He's free to go anywhere he wishes within his lands. These are his lands. Not much happens that he doesn't see or hear about within these lands.
Guessing other than this conversation, or does he even hear this?
His spies never really come around the tower. It's kind
Do
of
you
long and
know of
forgotten.
his spies? Do you know who they are?
What?
His spies.
Yes, what? They are a what? They are, not who. They are
Oh.
Okay, then what are they?
wolves,
I guess
bats,
vampires. Oh,
people, humans that want a little bit more upper class, people that want an edge on their fellow humans, people that want more money,
any by name?
scoundrels. They're probably the ones that I know by name are probably not even alive at this time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, most animals within Ravenloft are spies of his.
Understood. Thank you. All right.
I mean, I would doubt it if you had like a pigeon or a rabbit be a spy for Strahd, but think aggressive animals. If it's an aggressive animal, it's probably a spy of his.
Gotcha.
Wolves, bats, etc.
Most definitely.
So we didn't find anything else upstairs there?
Nope, just that stuff.
Okay.
You
Wait,
find
something that we could take with us?
you find 10 days worth of rations if you want to take those, which you already have a bunch of rations already.
Yeah. Is the globe something that's small enough that we could take with us?
No, it is pretty big. Imagine like it's the size of like a dinner table, like a 4-foot circular dinner table. It's pretty big.
I think that we've found what we needed here. Thank you very much, and we'll be on our way.
Oh, no problem. Just this time, take the elevator. Thank you for taking down the scaffolding. I was getting kind of tired of looters.
You're welcome for that.
You can consider that
Oh, no
another
problem.
favor.
I appreciate it.
He's quite amiable.
I think
No,
we're
Are you
Yeah,
sure you
we
don't
have-
want us to bring? Are you sure you don't want us to bring the suit of armor up?
No.
Okay, well, you're welcome. I'll see you later.
we have enough
gonna,
time to.
As I'm gonna backflip out the friggin' hole.
Okay, do we have enough time to make it to the next town we're about to go to, or next place we're about to go to?
I'm till what?
I guess till
Or
nightfall.
do we have enough daylight? Yeah, nightfall.
Krezk before dark.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably get there before. You'd probably be getting there right at dark.
Okay,
Alright.
that's great. Yeah, that's good. Go. With
You
haste.
see, like, when you get outside, you see Ivan, like, trying to explain the rules of, like, war with cards, like, with Ismark and Irina. They're just sitting outside, like, playing solitaire or something. Like, they're playing Go Fish.
All right. I'd say we grab
So-
our stuff and get on the road quickly while we have.
Okay. And along the road, Ivan wants to inquire about, like, what y'all found in the tower, like, what
We
happened.
tell him. We let him know. I show him the book.
He reads it and hands it back to you.
I take the book back. I shove it back in the, you know. I keister it. No, I'm just kidding.
You gotta
Oh, yeah?
smuggle
A
it
whole
through.
book?
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta make sure you have that with you in prison.
Yeah. Hey,
What-
hey. Two
kind of
whole raccoons. Two
What'd you
whole
say,
raccoons.
Ricard?
Constitution saving throw for that?
Yeah, well, check that.
Actually, that would be
Sleight of hand and stealth check.
an athletics check.
Oh no. Hey, I mean, two whole raccoons, man. You know.
I've heard that.
All right.
Anyways.
Y'all are some fucked up people. Y'all are some really fucked up.
So
motherfuckers.
as you
I just want y'all to know that.
continue to travel down the old Svalovich Road. You approach a gatehouse. Sorry, you approach a road junction. The road branches to the north and climbs a steep and rocky escarpment, whatever that is. It's a freaking road that goes up, ending at a gatehouse built into a 20-foot high tall wall of stone reinforced with a buttress even 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the other side of snow-dusted mountain spurs. As you start to climb up the top of the mountain, snow starts to fall upon you as you notice the weather starts to drop, or the temperature starts to drop. Beyond the wall, you see snow-covered pines and thin, white wisps of smoke. The somber toll of a bell comes from a stony abbey that clings to the top of the mountainside, high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting a welcoming change from the deathly silence and oppressive fog to which you have grown accustomed. It's hard to tell at this distance, but there seems to be a switchback back road clinging to the cliffs that lead up from this town to the abbey. The air grows colder as you approach the walled settlement. Two square towers with peaked roofs flank the stone archway into which is set a pair of 12-foot tall, iron-bound wooden doors. Carved into each arch above the door is a name Krezk, Krezk. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high. Atop a parapet, you see four figures wearing fur hats and clutched spears. They watch you nervously.
So we all see the guys with spears?
Yes.
I'm just gonna wave them a friendly smile and wave at them and put a big goofy smile grin on as we're approaching.
It's hard to imagine
Who
Rhaegar
goes
grinning
there?
without it being intimidating.
who goes there? What business do you have in Krezk? One of
I'm
the
gonna
guards
look
shout.
to Ismark and say, "Why don't you handle this, Ismark?"
Oh. Ismark looks back and says, yes, thank you. He walks up to the gate and he says, oh, man. He says, my name is Ismark Kolyanovich, newly burgomaster of Borovia, the village of Borovia. My father has passed away, and me and my sister seek refuge in Krezk. The guards turn to each other, and you can slightly hear them whispering, for what their voices are at a whisper from this distance, as one of them turns and runs away. The other guard shouts, "You wait for the mayor!" And then all the guards disappear.
Well, this is just going swimmingly.
Several minutes pass by, and the large wooden doors behind the iron buttress opens, as you see a burly fellow with a long brown beard approach from the back. And he says, "Is it really you, boy? Come closer so I may see you." And you see Ismark step up, and he starts to recount his tales and greets the man on the other side through the gates. They don't open the gates quite yet, but Ismark starts to recount the tales of what's been what's been happening. And he turns to all of you and he says, he's like, "Uncle, these are my friends. This is Rhaegar, Jace, Arrow, Plume. You might know Irina, maybe." And then the man says, he's like, "I haven't seen you in such a long time, girl. Please, let's open these gates, get all of you in. Let's get you a warm fire. You can stay at my house for the time being, and we'll talk more." And the iron buttress slowly starts to open. He leads y'all in. tells you my name is Dimitri. I am the mayor here. I will take you to my house, and
Those issues.
you can tell me about your. Yeah. Does anybody want to ask him about what's like this city? This town looks completely different than Velaki. Like there is people that's actually walking around. They have horses, goats walking through the town. There's people that's lively, happy, kids running around playing. Like there's not people running like just existing.
Well, for starters, my question would be, how do? It seems as though the people here, I no offense, but how do you find the means to exist in such a land as this, and to do so in as fruitful and joyful as a manner as it appears to be that your town exists in? How do you accomplish such a thing?
What do you mean? We're
I mean, this
We are
land
here.
is very oppressive, at least as far as living here, but you seem to carry yourselves quite well.
Hey, Gavin, we're getting a lot of plosives from your mic. But he says to you, like, yeah, just move your mic away from the front of your mouth. But
Okay.
he says to you, he just goes, I mean, we have farms, we grow food. Now we also send carriages every now and then. We grow a lot of. We're able to grow a lot of potatoes, and so we send them down to the Wizards of Wine, and they send us back up different fruits.
I'm gonna like interrupt them if you don't mind. I'm gonna interrupt Dimitri, step up, and say, "How have you stayed free of the influence of Strahd?"
It's gonna be my
When you say that name, he stops and spins around, and he says, "Do not ever mention that name here again. We call him the devil. Do not mention his name in our city, or I will throw you out myself."
Well, I have a question. You see, where I come from, we had a dish known as mashed potatoes, and I would very much like to dine on such a dish while I am here.
Yes, we don't have mashed, but we have something along those lines. I assume that you just pummel them into a paste, kind of, and eat it like that.
Indeed, with a little bit of butter and cream mixed in, it makes all the difference.
Yes, we have goat butter. If that's okay for you.
Of course.
Yes. Okay. So
Do
he
you have
takes
anything raw?
I would love some butter.
Oh, like
Literally just butter.
just
Just gonna nom on a stick of butter.
Exactly. It's like jump on it.
So he takes you back to this. It's not the biggest cottage in the town. Like this guy, he doesn't live like all the cottages are kind of similar. Like he lives in a small cottage, and it looks like it's recently had an extra room built on. And so he brings you in, and he introduces you to his wife Anna. Yeah, he introduces you to a woman, and he calls her Anna. She's got long black hair, dresses warmly, and she all greets you with a cautious but welcome nonetheless. And she's like, "Who are these?" And then he explains about Ismark and Irina, and so, what can we do? What is it that brought you here?
We are trying to get Irina to the Abbey that's north of here to keep her safe from he who shall not be named, the one you call the devil.
Why?
Well, it's-
So it
he
appears
wants
as
to
though
make her his bride, and we're not putting up with that. But she also might be the incarnate of his wife, or his loved one, whatever she is.
We do not know. This is all mere conjecture, but all we know is that she is a.
Listen, you heard the bust. The bust told us that, and there's a very very keen resemblance. So at this point,
I'm giving
if
him
she
the
is
the zip
reincarnate,
it.
I don't care. I'm giving him the specifics because here's the thing. I have
Hold
learned
on.
if you do not give people specifics, then they're just going to cast you out, kill you, or they're going to do whatever. At this point, specifics are the best. Let's
Okay.
not beat around the damn bush.
Put my hand over Plum's mouth and stop him from talking.
Hold on. Let me
I'm
get
gonna
this
just shove
straight.
it down. Shut the fuck up. Listen.
Let me get this straight. Stop talking. Stop it.
Yes,
A
say
magical
less.
bust told
Yes.
you that Irina is the reincarnation of Strahd's wife.
No. He gave us the description of the reincarnations, and she just happens to fit the profile.
And she's, of course, Strahd has high standards, and with Irina being so beautiful, of course there's going to be a resemblance.
Right. I'll give Ismark Irina. Y'all can stay with me indefinitely. The rest of you, I'll give you 2 days, and then you can get out of my city.
How long
I think
does
that's
it get up the mountain to the Abbey?
20 minutes.
Oh.
30 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I've never really. Maybe an hour. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've been up there.
I also have another request. You see, I have in my possession, and I pull out the amulet and show up, a weapon that might be quite invaluable in the struggle against the one that we shall not name. But in order to activate its full power, I must go to Augenvostholt. Where can I find this place?
He raises an eyebrow when you say that name. He says, well, it's not here. It's to the south. As for that necklace, I have no idea what it is.
Can I tell him what it's called?
That's up to you.
Would I know what it's called to tell him what it's called?
No.
Okay. All I know is that it is a symbol that it can be activated to either control vampires or, and this is the power that I wish to unlock by going to Augenvostholt, can emit a bright, blazing sunlight. You see why such a tool will be invaluable.
I wouldn't be flashing that around, Jace.
So what you're
Know
so
where his spies are.
let me get this straight. So this cat, talking cat, says that he spoke with a magical bust that told him a bunch of things. And now you're telling me you have a magical necklace that can bring out the light of the sun.
I'm going to lean over to Dimitri and say, on the way over here, they were both smoking some stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The hell are you talking about? I don't smoke. I'm a guardian. I don't do things like that.
Dimitri.
Well, your name
see.
is Smoke.
Y'all must have. He leans back towards the rear guard and he says, "They must have spent a day at the Vistani camp, huh?"
Yep.
Do I see
The
something
Vistani
dirty?
are
All right.
amazing.
So catching on to this vibe, it's like, oh, my head is still reeling from when I suffered that concussion. Oh,
Alright.
man.
Yes. Amy, can you please show, or Anna, can you please show them to the guest quarters? I would like to speak with Ismark on some business alone. Ismark, can you please come with me? And he stands up and he starts heading to one of the back rooms.
Can I get a second to ask him about the layout of Kresik so I can know where like inn and shop and all like that is? Like get a map basically, or at least-
They do not have an inn.
does Kresik have like anything in it besides
Nope.
their house?
They do not have a. They have someone who owns a general store, but it's not technically a store because you don't buy or sell there. It's all a trade system. And there's one guy that his trade is to make equipment like shovels and hoes and stuff like that.
Store for trading.
And people give him food from their stuff. Like there's somebody that takes care of all the goats.
Mm-hmm.
That person trades their goat milk and the butter for other things. Like they will also trade their stuff for meat from the pigs, and they'll trade with the farmers for the vegetables, and the farmer will trade his vegetables for the butter, the hose, and gardening stuff from the other guy. It's a trade
boats
city.
and
They
hoes,
don't
gotcha.
buy and sell.
Gotcha. So there's not much up here.
No.
No. All right.
Well, since we are retiring to the guest quarters, could your chefs possibly prepare some mashed potatoes? I say slightly mouthwatering.
What do you mean, chefs?
Your cooks.
You mean my wife?
Sure. I don't mean to intrude. It sounds like you have an abundance of potatoes. So
May we use your kitchen and some of your supplies to make some food for ourselves?
Anna kind of speaks up and she's like, I really don't like the idea of y'all being in my kitchen, but I do have a pot of potato and goat soup on this fire.
I would take a bowl if you would, please. I apologize for any
Yes, please.
indiscretions or any unease I have dealt.
and
Yes,
just
we've
a,
had
a
apologize.
side of goat butter and a little dash of cream.
Will you hush? Just accept the food and it's free, Jace. Accept the food.
Just mash
and
potatoes
hush.
one more time. I'm gonna mash his potatoes.
Nah.
I'm just gonna like wrap my arm around Jason, like just kind of like slowly,
she-
just kind of like nudge
She
him.
definitely goes back into the kitchen and makes several bowls and just find like some of you don't even have like a bowl because they only have like 4 bowls in the house. So she
If
brings
I
out like a
pots, like,
she
I will-
brings out like an old pail that looks like it's for holding water and just like puts a bunch of soup in that and just hands that to Rhaegar and then with the ladle. She's like, I'm sorry, we don't have enough utensils and
totally fine.
bowls.
Thank
You
you
just
so
get a
much for your
pan.
hospitality.
I just take the bowl and start drinking.
Yeah, it's got like
Amazing.
chunks of meat and carrots and yeah, it's like a beef stew but with goat.
Love
So
goat.
I have to go. I'll leave the
Yep.
recording going and then just actually remember to cancel it when I get home.
Oh, you
But
can
yeah.
kill it. You can go ahead and kill the recording.
Okay, I am doing that now.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
we-
probably about to go myself.
We'll take some notes.